Okay, so it's 26 degrees, outside. It's probably hotter in this room because I've taken the fan off as well, so it's scorching hot. I've already recorded this video once, and I didn't record it properly, so I have to redo it now. Okay, Golriz Ghahraman. Alright, so, situation is, she was accused of shoplifting, not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 times, the Green Party MP accused of shoplifting. She's now been charged. She's been charged with 2 counts of shoplifting. Not really sure what happened with that third one. Maybe it was bogus. Maybe they didn't want to press charges. Whatever. Alright. She was overseas for a bit, so this is why it's been taking a little while to come through, because these events happened back in December, I believe. Now, the Green Party kind of keeping it hush-hush, not discussing it the last few weeks, kind of keeping it under wraps. People have different arguments saying, they were trying to hide it. I think they wanted to wait for her to come back from overseas, talk to her, see if they want to stand by her or whatever, see what the situation is. But, because she hadn't been charged at that time, so there should be no reason why she should be fired if she's not charged for anything, just accused. But she's charged now, she's resigned from Parliament. It's good. It's good to resign and own up for something like that. She could stick out with it like John Banks from the ACT Party when he was, found guilty. When he was found guilty, he resigned. I can't remember what he did. He, donated money to Kim.com, that's right. He donated, Kim.com donated money to him for his campaign for mayor. Anyway, so I'm not trying to push fingers, because I think this is a good example of what parties should do in this situation. They figured out the facts, and they acted accordingly. They said, hey, we have high standards in the Green Party for our candidates, and when they do things like this, we don't stand by them. I think other parties might have stood by her, right? I think you can see that in the National Party with Sam Uvendale. They stood by him after, assault accusations came out. I don't want to point fingers at these other parties, because the whataboutism doesn't matter, right? Golriz Ghahraman committed a crime, should be punished for it. Now, it is shoplifting. I think the media is going a bit crazy, staking out her home to go the police are interviewing her or whatever. It's bro, she's quit. Don't, what more do you want from her? I think, once she's out of office, you shouldn't be being an asshole and accosting her and filming every moment of it. I'm sure it's a very embarrassing situation for her. I'm sure it's a very stressful situation for her. And, she didn't murder anyone. She didn't steal hundreds of thousands of dollars from a charity or from the government or whatever, She shoplifted a bit, I don't know how much it was for, but and it's not excusable, but at the end of the day, who cares, right? It's not that big of a deal, She most likely, depending on the amount of money of things that she stole, it's probably going to be community service and fine. She's not going to go to jail for this, most likely, unless it was very expensive things. We'll have to see. It needs to be over a certain threshold of a dollar value for them to consider, like a prison sentence for that. So, we'll see. 2 counts of shoplifting for a person who probably doesn't have a criminal record. Come on. But, she has resigned. It's a shame, because I think she is one of the most prominent MPs in the Green Party. Other than, the 2 leaders, James Shaw, Mara Davidson, and also Chloe Swarbrick, she's probably, the 4th most prominent MP in the party. And, she's been standing up for things like Palestinian rights and other, rights of, Muslims in the Middle East, because, she is an immigrant. She's been standing up for a lot of, Iranian rights and stuff, and bringing a lot of that discussion to New Zealand and, cultivating things like protests and things like that. And I think that's very important, and I think she will be missed. I think she's also been, very important in discussion of voting rights. She's been discussing things like, decreasing the age to 16, things like that. And I think she will be missed in Parliament, from a left-wing perspective. And it's quite a shame. This is the 2nd Green Party MP who's been, kicked out of the party in the last, year. And, that sucks, right? The last one was, what's her face? I can't even think of her name. She called Chloe Swarbrick a big baby or whatever. She accidentally dropped it in the group chat instead of texting whoever. And they're like, oh, you're a bully, so we're gonna kick you out, whatever. She's not in Parliament anymore. That was prior to the last election. But, some people are questioning, is this a case that the Greens are, they're bad at choosing the candidates or things like that? I don't think so. I think this is just showing that the Greens have a backbone. They have, you know, when confronted with a situation like this, they go, hey, we have a high standard for our MPs and for our candidates. And if you don't meet those standards, you're going to be out of the party. And I think, you know, that's what they've done here. You know, they could have easily stood by her. You know, a lot of other parties, you know, might have done that. And, you know, they didn't in this situation, the Greens. And, you know, I commend that. You know, as I said, it's a shame that she's gone. I think people should kind of leave her alone in the media, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But, yeah, you know, it's just a simple, you know, little story going on. I honestly wanted to make this video, you know, to share my views on it. You know, I just don't want the backlash, honestly, from, you know, conservatives, you know, whenever, like, David Seymour, Winston Peters says something cringe and I'm going to talk about it. That they're like, oh, but you said nothing about the Green Party candidate. So, you know, I will. I'll try to say, you know, talk about little things like this whenever they come up. You know, there are, you know, interesting things here and there. It's hard to justify making these videos like this, especially when it's probably not going to get many views on this second channel. And on the main channel, you know, trust me, I'm working on that multi-party video. I haven't for weeks, because it's just been so hot and I've been so busy, you know, working around Christmas, New Year's. I had a wedding I was at recently. I've just been busy, but I'm lazy too. I need to work on that video. But yeah, so let me know what your thoughts on Golriz Ghahraman's situation.